Hello, you're watching The Luna Show, and right now you're about to meet Douglas Says.
And once again, I think Danielle had a lot to do with that. You know, I actually, one of the labels in one of my dresses, I called it Douglas Says, of course, because that's what she used to say all the time. You know, when somebody asked her what is she wearing, she said Douglas Says, of course. So you know, I had my label be that, but yeah.
And she was always done.
Yes.
So it's actually cute now for me. You telling me the story, but I remember all the gowns that she became iconic for wearing, and the look that became her standard. And it's, you know, you had something to do with that.
Yeah, like the dress that was in front of Show World. You know, that lace red dress.
That was gorgeous.
Really cool. I remember sitting there making it, you know, and bringing it to it, because the girls all worked at Show World, you know, and I worked a full-time job at the time for Virgin Atlantic Airways. So after work, I would go home. I'd make these dresses, and then I'd bring them to them on the night shift. You know, the day shift would place their orders with the night shift, and I would bring them in the evening. And it's funny that, like, when I first met Octavia, she was wearing my clothes before she met me, because she worked in the day shift, and she'd order the dresses from somebody at night, and then they'd give it to her. So she's walking down the street one gay pride day, you know, in all her Octavia regalia, you know, and I tapped her and I said, hi, and she's like, hi, baby, you know, and I said, oh, you wearing my dress? And she's like, oh, you're Douglas? I was like, yeah. So ever since then, we were, you know, really cool.
That's incredible, because that's an era.
Yeah, it really.
It's almost
really
like
is.
MGM with, and they were your muses, your actresses, your.
I mean, Danielle used to always say, she's like, Douglas, your feet is, you make the girls get pumped to wear your dresses. Because the dress actually has a body, you know, like if you hold it up, it's shaped like that. So I guess it would fill in.
Also, that's why in the 90s all the girls were like Jessica Rabbit.
Right.
So, I know that you are working on a book.
Yes.
Well, actually, your book is already done.
Well, yes, I have a book which is called Muse, which just built out of me effortlessly. Because you know, in my mind, I was always going to do a book, but it was going to be my memoirs, which is in the works. But this book, just like, I was going through my pictures one day, and I said, you know, I separated everything by girls, you know, because I always Polaroid my looks with the girls, so I have like tons and tons of pictures, you know. So I was separating them by girls, and I said, hey, this is a book, you know. So I did by girls. I did chapters, you know. This Tracy is in the book. Lucelania Sierra.
Here we go.
It's a lot of girls and a couple of guys in it too that you probably are not familiar with, unless you're really, you know, unless you're in fashion. And then there's a series. The book closes with The Red Dress, which is a series that I shot in the early 90s. Actually, I started shooting it in like 91. And it's just awesome the way God just kind of sets things up, you know. And so I closed the book with The Red Dress, and now I'm about to do another book, which is The Red Dress. So I'm about to start to reshoot the whole thing. And what it is it's one dress that's been photographed on several different girls. So it acts as an accessory story, a beauty story. The dress has been shot backwards and forwards. It's been shot in Paris. It's been shot in London. It's been shot in New York. It's been shot in Harlem. It's been shot in Newark. You know, it's been shot all over. So it, you know, that's the basis of this dress. So now that we're several years later, the pictures are timeless. You know, a lot of the girls that I shot, their daughters are like 24. So I'm about to shoot a couple of their daughters as well. So it's almost like Daughters of the Red Dress.
Well, you have like a huge collection of beautiful images.
So, thank you.
So you've accomplished everything almost, and you've done so much. Like, what's next for you? And where can we get your book? Tell us where we can get
it. My book can be purchased online, blurb.com. You can find it on Facebook, or you can Google me, and you can find it there. Douglas Says. Yes, and the book is called Muse. There's 3 different covers. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah, it's the same book, but it's 3 different covers, because my thinking was, well, a couple of years ago the Vogue cover came out with like Naomi on it, and so it was like 4 different girls on the cover. So I wanted to do it that way. So this way.
Oh, I wish I knew that.
Yeah, my girlfriend
Is Tracy
Lou,
in one of the covers?
which no, she didn't get the cover. She should have. You know, my thinking at that time was my girlfriend Lou is on the cover, Rosemary Kuza, and Kima. And so this way it appeals to all of their audiences as well as my audience. Wonderful adventure.
That's such a fabulous life.
Yeah, and, you know, I really have no regrets. Everything that I wanted to do, everything that I dreamt to do, I've done. You know, so and I mean, what holds us back most of the time is us. You know, it's our thinking, and I'm constantly trying to relearn how to think, because it's so easy for us to accept negative thoughts. You know, like if somebody tells us, "Oh, you can't do that," or we tell ourselves we can't do that, but in place of can't, we should, you know, try to say we can, and you know, because why can't you? So, you know, I'm trying to constantly keep positive energy around me and keep the negativity at bay. It takes a minute before you realize what is for you and what's, you know, against you. You know, because I've had a lot of people around me who you don't realize it until later, but they only want to be around you because of your positive energy and what they can feed off of you. You know, how they can develop. And there's a whole lot of all about Eve syndromes, you know. So you got to be really careful. And basically, everybody is who they are. So when you meet somebody, they show you who they are. You just have to pay attention. Pay attention to their former relationships. You know, ask questions. Ask, well, what happened to your best friend? Or what happened to your lover? Or why your sister don't speak to you? Because all of those things are, you know, it'll tell you exactly what you're going to get from them down the road.
Right.
So, yeah.
Well, that's a good message for the young folks.
It's true. It's real. It's real. I would definitely say follow your dream. And I know it's almost cliche-ish to say that, you know, that everybody says that. But dreams. Really and truly, follow your dreams. If there is something that you want to do, don't let somebody tell you that you can't do it. Because there's a lot of haters, and there's a lot of people who just, they don't even dare to dream. I had a friend recently, well, an ex, recently tell me that, you know, they asked me this question. They said, well, if you had the money, what would you, if you had millions of dollars, what would you want to do? And I said, whatever my answer was, I said, I'd want a mansion, and I want to live in a mansion. And he said, well, why would you want to live in a, he said, why would you want to live in a mansion? And I said, because that's what I want. You asked me, what would I do?
Right.
He said, well, that don't make no sense. Well, why would you live in a mansion? But see, his mind is small. He doesn't even think that large. Why would you think that you can't? Why can't you? Why can't you live in a mansion? Why can't you dream to live in a mansion? If you don't have the dream, then how will you achieve it? So, you know, don't let anybody tell you that you can't do something. You can do anything that you can dream, you can achieve. It's here.
It's true.
You know, the world is small. Get out. You know, and when I say get out, I mean, you know, go out and see it. You know, don't just stay stuck in your borough or your street or your block or your avenue. You know, I mean, I've been to Paris, I've been to London, I've been to Japan, I've been to China, I've been to Africa, I've been to Thailand, Brazil. You know, go, travel. In the end, later on in life, you'll have wonderful stories to tell or write about.
Yeah, definitely. Well, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for this.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And thanks for sharing your legacy with us.
Oh, you are so
because you have a very rich one.
Thank you so much, Luna. I really appreciate this.
You're welcome. Thank you.